Amen, amen. Good morning. Hallelujah. This is Kathy Brooks of Lutg Radio's WKKP Digital Broadcasting, Chicago, Illinois. Right now, we are not going to do the scriptures. We'll get that going in a minute. Okay, so you guys know on the 6th, about 4 days ago, the Intelligence Committee, Community for the United States, I guess that's all the acronyms, FBI, CIA, and a bunch of other ones that not everybody knows, DNI and all of that other stuff. So anyway, they got together and they decided to release a document on research and studies that they did on what Russia did to the United States election, the 2016 election. And so I've been reading this, skimming through it, because I admit I did get a little bored reading it, because they couldn't really go into detail. I didn't get so bored that I completely put it down. I kept thinking, what else is it? What else is it? What's in it? So finally, I just prayed about it. And I said, okay, well, Lord, reveal to me what it is. Tell me what it is. And I kept hearing this phrase, burn in effigy, burn in effigy. I've been hearing that for the last few weeks, right? And when that guy, and I forget his name, I'm not a political person. I'm not a political media person or nothing like that. I'm not some sort of spook or intelligence analyst. I don't know nothing like that. Me and God, that's it. Me and God, that's all I need. I don't report to nobody. I just read stuff and tell you what my opinion is or what revelation God has given me. And so the phrase burning effigy kept coming. And I was thinking about Hillary Clinton and about Donald Trump, the president-elect. And you remember a few weeks ago, about a week or so ago, this guy got arrested for potentially inciting harm to Donald Trump. And I told you that he actually had the right to say whatever he wanted to say as long as he didn't carry it out and influence other people to do that thing. So I kept, I just kept hearing this burning effigy, which is from the movie that I know about, American President. How the president talks about, I'm burning effigy on a daily basis. He's like, whatever, they got free speech. I support their right to say whatever they want to say. And so I looked it up. So to burn an effigy, it says to burn or to hang an image or picture of a person as a token of public odium. And some of y'all like, odium? You mean like opium? Oh, no, not opium, odium. And so I looked up odium. And odium is a noun. And it means the state or quality of being odious. That's having some sort of a foul aroma. The second definition is strong dislike, contempt, or aversion. The third definition is a state of disgrace resulting from hateful or detestable conduct. Now, doesn't some of that kind of resemble the 2016 election, especially from President-elect Donald Trump? So it's kind of weird to me that he get upset that this dude was, saying these bad things, right? When actually, I don't know if this dude was a part of his camp to begin with. I don't know. But what I kept thinking about is, as I'm reading this report that was released January 6, 2017, from the intelligence community about what Russia did to the 2016 election, I'm reading about all the things that it said and about all the political stuff that we saw during the election and about how they called Hillary, out of her name and tried to defame her, called her a liar, a cheat, a crooked Hillary. He burned her in effigy. Donald Trump burned Hillary Clinton in effigy every time he got up to the mic. Even after he got elected, he burned her in effigy. I always try to put her in a bad light. Always. When you read the report, you'll see this. And so he's constantly doing this, right? And even to this day, he still does it. He still does it. And the report says that they would put out these ads in Russia and throughout the world trying to make Russia believe that Hillary Clinton is not for them. And they cite the 2011 and 2012 issues that were in Russia with the riots and the people coming out against Russia, protesting, because they're supposed to be a democracy, so the people protest. And so Russia claims to be upset about that, right? And so that was the reason behind them lashing out against crooked Hillary, which is what Donald Trump calls her, against Hillary Clinton, because of what she did in 2011. But then I went back and I thought, well, Russia is not that lighthearted. The government, the people that run it, the puppet masters, they're not that lighthearted. And it kind of reminded me of the Cold War, how they held an account, they kept a list of all their enemies, short and long, and they would wait 100 years to get you back. And so the Cold War, it was at its height in the 80s. It started somewhere around the 40s and the 50s, if not before. And so, early 1900s. So, anyway, so I'm reading on this. I'm reading about the Cold War and all the things that they did, and I'm thinking, this actually had nothing to do with Hillary. She just happened to be in that space. This would have happened even if Hillary had not run for president. If it was Bernie Sanders that took the lead, they'd have did it. If it was anyone that took the lead, they'd have did it. If it was two Republicans running, they'd have did it. They would have still have done it. They would have still done anything and everything to influence the election. Because, they wanted to. This is what they do. They wanted to influence it. They were upset. Anytime America said, wait a minute, your people are human beings. They have rights. They should be free. Why are you hampering them down? They should have a right to elect their government. They should have a right to eat and to work. They should have a right. They should be proud of their country, not ashamed of it. They should not fear their government leaders. Russia was always big. I remember reading about them in school. They were always big on making sure that everyone feared them. This was their tactic, to make sure everyone feared them. And their people were so afraid of them that they would turn in their own mother. Okay, that's a bit of hyperbole, but you get what I'm saying. You'd often read about people spying on their neighbors. They did this during World War II when they killed 6 million Jews. They had the people turning. Hitler had the people turning on their neighbors. People that they would greet down the street, and a week before they would have lunch or breakfast with or dinner with. Now all of a sudden they would turn on them because they were Jews. He changed their thinking. He burned the Jews in effigy. He spouted hate about them. And isn't it funny how Putin used these very same tactics on America? Use the same tactics on America. If you notice, when Donald Trump was on the pulpit speaking, he would often call Americans stupid. You're stupid. You need a leader. Something like, I don't know, Putin. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. I can respect that guy. Oh, you can respect the man that's the head of a country that he claims to be bankrupt. Although he beat up Ukraine to try and take over their oil and their lands, and he wants to force everybody to buy oil from him. I mean, I don't know that much about that kind of stuff, so I'm just giving you little bits and pieces that read a long time ago, a few months ago. Again, a little hyperbole. But Russia has always been known as a bully. They've always been known as a bully. Hate mongers. Even to the point that they would even kill their own citizens if Mother Russia would prevail. They'd kill one of their own if Mother Russia would prevail. You're like, well, Kathy, how do you know? 6 million Jews. Those were Russian Jews. They were born there. Any German that sided or had any love for a Jew, they'd kill. They go to the concentration camps too. So if you think that you can just hang out with Donald Trump and the dudes that, you know, he got a lot of money from, according to his son, Russia gave us a lot of money. How many of y'all know when somebody gives you a bunch of money, eventually that bill will become due? This is one of the reasons why the intelligence community is up in arms about this. They already know that Russia's going to spy on America. But to start hacking and influence us, and then for the president-elect to not believe what the intelligence community is telling him, and then for him to praise the person that the intelligence community is saying, yo, man, you need to be careful with that dude. He ain't for you. He ain't for you. It's crazy not to listen to the people that are trying to protect you. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. How many of y'all have grandfathers and grandmothers that died in World War II trying to protect some people that couldn't protect themselves and trying to protect a country, their country? I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. I mean, did they die for nothing? Only for us to just lay down and say, okay, Russia, come on in. We don't want to speak English no more. We want to be a part of Mother Russia. I don't want to be a part of Mother Russia. Mother Russia ain't for me. So for Donald Trump to lay down and say, yo, dude, bite my neck, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. He plays tough all the time. Yeah, he got money, and now he got us protecting him with our tax dollars. Hey, they say he won fair and square. If fair and square is burning Hillary Clinton in effigy, it's calling her crooked Hillary when she is not crooked. She was upstanding. And she actually believed in a democracy. She believed in our ways that you know, the truth would prevail. She believed that there's no way Donald Trump could actually be involved or even would allow anyone to come against his own country just so he could win. I kept thinking about that. And do you remember when he was up there one day during the campaign? He said, and this is towards the end of the campaign, he says, if I don't win, then you know it's crooked. There's something. He meant it's crooked if I don't win. And think about everything that he said, everything that he blamed Hillary upon doing, he's basically done. As far as corruption, it seems, because when your people tell you, yo, Russia's doing some crazy stuff, or yo, man, don't be telling all our secrets. Yo, man, won't you be for the people you actually running for? When they trying to tell you, dude, you running to be president of America. Why don't you pay attention to what you're saying? And for somebody to get arrested for doing exactly what he did, it's crazy. Because he has a greater chance of harming somebody with his words than a lowly person somewhere in Maine, America, or wherever he was from. No one has greater power than the president. No one. No one in this earth, according to these rules, has greater power than any leader of that country. No one. And so for him to begin trying to take away the free speech of the press, he doesn't want the press around him. He only wants his press Well, his press are the ones he controlled. That's not free press. That's a little bit like Russia, like the Soviet Union, like it was back in the day. That's what it's like. He's acting more like them than he is for a person that grew up in a free country. So I was looking up and I was trying to remember what the USSR meant. And it meant Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. That's what it means. The USSR. And they would call her Mother Russia. And they would act like Mother Russia was a real person. It's a country, a real person. That was made up of people that get trampled, put down, beat up on, hurt, whenever the rulers of Mother Russia decided they wanted to. You had people defecting. I mean, if Mother Russia was so great, why would people beg to leave? They would risk their lives to leave. They want to leave so bad that they would do anything to get out because it was so oppressive. Why would anybody, knowing these things, want to be a part of something like that? Why would anybody want us to be conjoined at the hip with something like that? I'm just wondering. So I'm reading this thing that was released on January 6, 2017. The first paragraph says, assessing Russian activities and intentions in recent U.S. elections is a declassified version of a highly classified assessment that has been provided to the President Barack Obama. It was also provided to President-elect Donald Trump and to recipients approved by the President. Now, this is in reference to President Barack Obama. He approved that Donald Trump should get a copy of this. The intelligence community rarely can publicly reveal the full extent of its knowledge or the precise basis for its assessment, as the release of such information would reveal sensitive sources or methods and imperil the ability to collect critical foreign intelligence in the future. Thus, while the conclusions in the report are all reflected in the classified assessment, the declassified report does not and cannot include the full supporting information, including specific intelligence and sources and methods. That's what it said. That's the first section, and it goes down to break down what the analytic process is. And then, so I'm skimming down again, and I'm reading about something that they thought was really important that we know this. And I'm gonna read you two paragraphs. And this is about Clinton and about 2011 and 2012. It says, we also assess Putin and the Russian government aspire to help President-elect Trump's election chances when possible by discrediting Secretary Clinton and publicly contrasting her unfavorably to him. All three agencies agree with this judgment. CIA and FBI have high confidence in this judgment. NSA has moderate confidence. In trying to influence the U.S. election, we assess the Kremlin, this is referring to Russia, sought to advance its long-standing desire to undermine the U.S.-led liberal democratic order. Understand this. The key word is long-standing. Democratic order, the promotion of which Putin and other senior Russian leaders view as a threat to Russia and Putin's regime. Another key word, Putin's regime. Whatever is a threat to Russia and Putin's regime, you know they got a problem with it. Why else would you give a man who you know whose great love is money? His great love. Think about it. Why else would he try and conquer the entire earth with all his golf courses? Yeah, everybody wants to be successful. Ain't nothing wrong with success. But money trumps everything. For him, for President-elect, money seems to trump everything. Prime example. As soon as he got elected and he went to the White House to have a meeting with President Barack Obama, one of the first things his people did, his family, his staff. I call them staff because they're family, but they're part of his staff. His family, his folks, his people. They started putting jewelry and things you can buy online, stuff that they were selling as a part of one of their businesses on the White House website. During the presidential campaign, whenever there was an opening for one of Donald Trump's golf courses, that's when he would give a press conference. This was not about, remember, Donald Trump said, I know how to make money. You ain't got to give me no salary. I'm going to make money. I'm going to make money. For him, in my opinion, this was not about making America great again. This was about Donald Trump getting some money. This was about him securing his legacy and the legacy of his family, not just to be an influence in business, but he really wants a kingdom. This is my opinion, because when you read this report, the Russia is all about a kingdom. Russia is not about a democracy. Russia is all about a regime, and a regime only has one head. And it's not one that's elected. It's one that's influenced. You can call it an election, but whoever they want at the top is going to be at the top. America is not a regime. We're a democracy. And the people are free, and we enjoy our freedoms. And because we enjoy our freedoms, that doesn't make us stupid. We're supposed to be free to say what we want, to do what we want, to make choices for our lives for the better. Now, when people commit a crime, sure, you get arrested. You pay your time. Then you're free again. But it's so crazy that a man that was allowed to exercise his free speech used it to condemn another person, to invite a foreign country who has always been our enemy, to come in and to hack your opponent who's running for the highest office in your country, to hack her emails. See, when they hack her, they also hack the government. They hacked the Democratic National Convention Center committee computers. They hacked the Republican computers. They hacked the U.S. government. But when you running for the highest office and you say, yo, man, free reign, go ahead, do that. Find them 30,000 emails. A little bit of hyperbole, but it's true. I'm just putting it plain. Y'all know. When folks in the street, they know. Putting it plain. Here's something so crazy. I was in the polling place during March, and people would come up to me and say things like, oh, you know, and they still say it today. You know, whenever you filed a petition or a vote for Hillary, it actually went to Trump. I don't know if that's true. I often thought that when people cast a vote for Hillary, that the vote was actually delayed. That's what I thought. And then I kept thinking about Donald Trump saying, yo, if I don't win, man, you know something. To me, that was just a red flag on, dude, I ain't even got to do no more. This is just for y'all. This is for show. This is for show. This is for show. This dude, ran for the highest office and told a foreign country to come in and just have your way with America. And he didn't get arrested for it. Instead, he got to keep the highest office in the land. He did not get arrested. If that ain't treason, I don't know what is. You actually come out and say, go ahead, dude, do what you go ahead, go on up in there, get on up in there. To me, that's treason. A lot of people are saying, well, what Russia did is an act of war. True. It's an act of war. But check this out. They got permission from the dude that they put in there. So if Russia is wrong, what is Donald Trump? I'm just saying. If Russia is wrong, what is Donald Trump? It looked like a WRONG to me. Looked like treason to me. To me, in my opinion, he did something that was equal to Snowden. People were just all over Snowden. You released our secrets. It was wrong what he did. I don't agree. He ran straight to Russia. That wasn't his first choice, but he eventually ended up over there. So if Snowden ever sets foot in the United States, he's getting arrested. But Donald Trump already got feet in the United States. But he wants to arrest every person that tells the truth about him, every press person. He wants to arrest regular citizens that say stuff about him. Even if it's true, he really wants to arrest you. If it's a lie, which it rarely is, he wants to arrest you. Don't speak against Donald Trump. You know who I am? That's the attitude he gives off. You know who I am? This is America. We can say what we want to say. Absolutely. We can say whatever we want to say. Do I think that Donald Trump cheated? The CIA thinks he cheated. The FBI, the NSA, they think he cheated. If they didn't think that he cheated, why would they even bother to release this report? America thinks he cheated. But until we find concrete proof, we let democracy reign. We don't arrest him. You're like, oh, Kathy, you calling for Donald Trump to be arrested? I'm calling for Donald Trump to get some balls and stand up. You got your neck right at Russia's mouth. Really, you got your neck at Russia's mouth. It's like you turning up. It's like Russia is your candlestick. It's just crazy. So it's so strange to me that you would take their advice and their instruction and you would follow them like a dog following a bone. It's just strange for a person that claims to love freedom in America, which when you think about it, I can't really call him sincerely saying he loves America since he called Americans stupid. And he's still saying that we should pay for a wall to be put up to keep all the Mexicans and the Spanish people out. It's so crazy that he truly hates America. And it just, people have told me when he got elected, they cried. Some of them cried because they thought never did we ever think the man that would speak so much against Americans would be elected to the highest office in our nation. People tell me quite often, he hates us. How can he even be at the head of us when he hates us? So he has to go around the country having these congratulations campaigns, trying to sue the nation that you divided. It's just crazy. It's crazy that that's even happening. Not once did he try and unite the country during his campaign. Not once. He kept dividing it and kept dividing it and kept dividing it. Not once. And so I'm wondering, what is he going to do next? Because even now, you got other countries going to him, and he's not even officially the president. He truly has no authority. But he's basically going around the president, who is still president, Barack Obama. No respect at all. From the birth of movement to this, the birth of movement is where Donald Trump basically said Barack Obama wasn't born in America. He ain't an American. He's a Muslim. Now, Muslim is a religion, not a country. So he did the same thing to Barack Obama that he did to Hillary Clinton. Only this time, he got more help. But if you think that this is all about Donald Trump, you are mistaken. This whole thing, in my opinion, is all about Russia. Because remember, Russia has always wanted to be the world power. When I say world power, I mean they want to control the entire earth. They ain't made it, but they call themselves Mother Russia as if they created something. Ain't created nothing. They take. But they want to control the entire world. And once they get Israel to bow down to them, once Israel bows down, and no matter what I say, Israel is going to bow down. Just like Donald Trump laid that neck on the table, Israel is going to bow down. Israel is going to bow down. How do I know? They're doing it now. They are doing it now. Oh, Barack Obama, we don't like you. We went straight to Donald Trump. He's the president-elect now. He's the president-elect. He ain't the president. He's going to protect us. Oh, hold on. This is the same person that is in bed with Russia, that's taking Russia's advice and talking to Russia, want to open up communications with them and saying what, and congratulating Putin on being such a great leader when he's not. The very person that your intelligence people telling you, nah, man, don't be pumping him up in public. He ain't it. He ain't it. So, Donald Trump, Israel, and Russia. What a horrible combination. If the Jews think they had it bad when Hitler was running things, when Hitler was over Germany, if you think you had it bad then, brother, please, they're going to give you a new meaning of a whole. They're going to give you a new meaning. You think you can worship your God now? No, you ain't. You think you got freedom? And they're going to try and tell you that it's all about the money. Go ahead and build up your finances and your resources. Forget about your military. Only somebody that is out to get you would tell you to throw down your defenses. And see, when you begin to focus on money, remember God says either you'll love money or him, but you can't do both. So once they start to build up their resources and build up their economy, they have put down God and picked up Mammon. Am I saying that right? Mammon. Money. They picked up the love of money. Hey, I ain't no preacher, man. Somewhere over in the book of Matthew somewhere. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Go look it up yourself. I never could pronounce that word correctly. They're going to pick up the love of money. And they're going to put down God. How many of y'all know that God can bless you to the point that you never have to ask a man for anything? Israel does not have to come to Donald Trump for anything. They don't. They don't even have to come to Barack Obama, President Barack Obama. They don't even have to go to the United Nations. They truly don't. You know why? because God has been protecting them their whole existence. When they follow God, they are protected. When they turn from God, they are exposed. They're exposed like a virgin in a room in a room of 1,000 rapists. They're exposed. And how many of y'all know that rape is all about power? Has nothing to do with sex. When Israel lays down and does not, and when she turns her back on God, she ain't gonna be like the Hebrew boys in the fire when you see a fourth man come in and that was Jesus protecting him. Israel is gonna be like a rabbit being chased by dogs that gets caught. Yeah, God will come to their rescue. But how many of y'all know that God says, you ain't got to live like this? You don't have to be sad. You don't have to be hungry. I'll provide for all your needs. I'll protect you. God has told Israel time and time again, I'm going to protect you. Just trust in me. I'm going to protect you. Just trust in me. Don't hold on to those emotions and all that crying and woeing that you're doing. Trust in me. My joy is everlasting. Y'all know joy comes in the morning, right? So I'm just wondering, why is Israel trying to get in bed with Russia and Trump? Russia is a country that wants to destroy Israel. Always has. Always has. That's their history. Russia, USSR, Germany is a part of the USSR. Their history is volatile. They're like oil and water. So I'm wondering, why would they lay down and get into bed together? Why they're so anxious when God says to be anxious for nothing? Why are they so anxious? They're so anxious to hang out with Donald Trump. So anxious to hang out with somebody that's supported and pumped up by Russia. When Russia doesn't even support its own Jews. I see all these things, these Jewish support sites that come on TV. And they're always talking about how the Russian Jews are leaving and how they're hungry and they can't get medicine, and how people tell the old people hurry up and die because we want your house. Now, I ain't saying that's all over Russia. Those are just some small things that I saw, some small TV clips that I saw. But when I think about Russia and I think about Jewish people in Israel, I always think about their history, and their history is not good. So why would Israel go to Russia? Why would they go to Trump, who everybody knows is very friendly with Russia? I'm just wondering. Read the report for yourself. I'm going to put it online. I'm going to put a link to it. I'm going to put it online. You read it for yourself. Get your own interpretation of what it is. And you can see for yourself what it means to you. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to go ahead and put it up so you can read it for yourself. My opinion is Russia and Donald Trump. To me, it seems like Donald Trump is going to serve up America to Russia. That's what it seems like. It seems like Russia is at the table and Donald Trump is the feast. I should say the appetizer. America is the feast. That's what it seems like to me. You look into it for your own opinion. Don't look at it. Don't say, "Well, I'm an Aryan nation. I'm white. I'm Caucasian, so this stuff don't affect me, brother." Yes, it do. Yes, it do. It affects you. You're an American. This has nothing to do with your skin color. You are an American. This has everything to do with you. And don't think that just because you're part of an Aryan Nation or the Ku Klux Klan or whatever, and I'm not reaching out to y'all, don't think that you guys are going to be beholden by Russia just because you uphold some of their views. You are an American. You are an American through and through. You are born here. You are raised here. You are an American. I don't care if you're part of the Black Panthers. You are an American. You don't agree with nothing the government says. You don't even trust the U.S. government. But you are still an American. And if you haven't read this report, you need to read it. And if you have any idea of supporting anything that Donald Trump says that we should open up the gates to Russia, you better think twice. You had better think twice. You are an American. You defend your country always against everything, foreign and domestic. I am for America, 100%. And what Russia did to our election is absolutely 100% wrong. And for Donald Trump to support that is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. I don't care how much you want a thing, you never go against your country, period. Not ever. I don't care how much power you want, you never go against your country, and you never allow anyone to attack your country, period. Never. But Donald Trump did. Read the report for yourself. That's all I'm asking you to do. Read it for yourself. This is Kathy Brooks for LUTG Radio's WKKP Digital Broadcasting. We're going to sign off and come back on with some morning scriptures. Peace.